Okay, so all right. What we're gonna be doing today is basically continue working with shape layers. Last time we already looked at shape layers, how we can create them, and basically we were able to animate them by by creating keyframes in the position track, creating keyframes, and we managed to create our object moving, stopping, rotating, moving again, and so on. So we'll continue with that, but now we will look into another area, which is with the shape layers, so vector objects inside After Effects, we are able to have lots of animated things inside one layer. So that's basically the topic of today. So I grab a new document, a new composition, sorry. 6 seconds, that's totally enough for me. HD, 9020, 1080, that's fine. Yes, here it is. I create an object. This is my object. It's black. I will change it to some other color. And what we see is we created a layer. This layer has, transform. And here in the position, last time we animated this position. And as a result, the object moved. Now, today what we'll be looking at is animation inside the objects. So you see that just the same way as here we have position for all the layer, here we have position for this specific rectangle inside this layer. Here it's position. It also has a position, we can move it. So say I have this one object, I want to duplicate it, so I select the rectangle 1, Control D, or I think it's Control D as well in macOS people machines, not sure. And I move our position down. And you see I have two objects side by side, even though this is all one layer. And I'll create another one and move it down again. So here, the most important part is that you don't get lost and understand that we have a position for each rectangle in this case, or any other shape you draw, but we also have a position of the whole layer. And this is the place where we have to kind of not get confused. So try to distinguish it. Transform, position, and here it's a transform rectangle 1. Okay, what can we do with that? So here is here's our first rectangle. I will keyframe its position. Created a first keyframe. Do the same here for. Oh, notice that I can also, do like that. And you see I keyframed both of them because both of them were selected. And now all of them have a keyframe at frame 00. Now at the 15th frame, I will change something. So let's say I will go to this one and move it right here. And this one I will move right here. For the first one, I will just create a keyframe with the existing position. So what happens? You see inside the layer, we animated this and it moves. Now actually I want to be opposite. So it starts with this position and it ends with this position. So opposite of what I did now. So here the U key is very useful. U, I'm pressing U, it kind of closes up everything, just the same thing as hitting here. And U, it only reveals the layers that have keyframes, which makes it easy to do such a trick. You see, I swapped. Now it starts with distorted position and it goes back to normal. So I animated those positions of those rectangles here. But now I will animate the layer itself. So this is a position, and in the beginning it's here. And what we get, imagine we have a TV presenter talking and we need to write a surname of somebody. Oh, for some reason it doesn't play anymore. So we have this kind of, area where we can write the name of a person that we are interviewing or anything like that. So the idea here, the most important part here to learn is that we managed to make a general animation of the whole layer. It moves from right to the left, And inside of it, we have a separate animation for those objects inside, whatever they might be, any of those, and also objects you draw with a pen tool. They are all shape layers. So that's assignment number 1 for today. Let's try to do something cool. I did just so, but totally basic, totally simple stuff. Let's try to do something more nice, with style and stuff. Don't forget that you can not only change position, but scale, rotation, opacity. You can also change its color. Here we have fill, and now it's red. So it starts red, but let's keyframe its color. So the color got a keyframe, and in the beginning I will change the color to something else. And now notice it changes the color. So you can change many things. Everything here that has the stopwatch is keyable, therefore we can animate the change of whatever it is. So that's assignment number 1. Let's make one layer that has one general animation, and inside of it there is another animation with other objects. Make something cool and nice. So that's number 1, and now I'll jump to number 2. You might remember follow-through principle from 12 Principles of Animation. So we will try to illustrate it by creating a box. I'll change its position, pivot point or center point, anchor point. I think Adobe likes to call it anchor points. And now inside this, I want, this is a deselected layer and this is selected layer. So while it's selected, I draw another one and another one. I have 3, a pile of, boxes. So first of all, the general animation of the layer, I will start here and make a keyframe, and in frame 10 it moves here. For some reason it doesn't play, whatever. So it moves. And now I will try to make an animation for each of those cubes inside, rectangles inside, and they will try to catch up. So this object moves and the rest of them are trying to catch up. So in the most extreme position, just when the main cube stops, this one is still continues to basically tries to remain in its original position. So first I will fix its position here, and here it moves to the right because we want him to kind of try to maintain its position as it's, I'm not sure how to say it. So as well, I will animate its rotation. So fix the normal position, and here it will do pretty much the opposite. Oh, rotation does something like that. So you see it tries to stay in the place even though it's connected to the first box, so it cannot. Okay, somewhere here it does the opposite. Goes here, goes here, and now it goes back, and not all the way, almost to the center, and still has a little bit of rotation to the opposite side. And one more, say here, and it calms down here, something like that. Now we go with a third box. Of course, I forgot to animate the position here as well. I could move it tiny bit. Where are you? So a little bit here and back to center. Okay, let's go with the next rectangle, so the small one. And again, first keyframe under position and immediately under rotation as well. So at this point, it's the most extreme for the first box. It goes to the most extreme opposite kind of, situation here. So basically, the more further away from the origin of the motion the object or the part of object is, the more it tries to maintain its original position. Here it does the opposite. and the opposite, but